And now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. This portion of the show is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Rancho Leonero, where your wildest Baja dreams come true. Maui Jim Sunglasses, the choice of the best captains. Shimano Rods and Reels, fish with the best. Shimano. And by Yamaha Outboards, official motor sponsor of Let's Talk Hookup. Here we go. Another great hour of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. Here's Pete Gray and Rock Cod Rick Maxa.
Welcome back. Hour number 2. Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. Pete Gray here with Rock Cod Rick Maxa, and we're here with Dana Wharf Sport Fishing's very own Captain Brian Wolley, having a great time talking fishing and giving away some great prizes.
Well, you're not kidding, man. If you didn't catch the beginning of the show, how cool is this? And thanks again to Brian, everybody up at Dana Wharf, and the whole gang up there. We sure appreciate that. Not only are we giving away one awesome prize, we're going to away 2 prizes. 2 lucky callers at the end of the show today. First of which is going to win a pair of tickets to go half-day fishing on any of the great boats out of Dana Wharf. And another lucky caller going to win a pair of 3/4-day passes. So 4 tickets in total given away to 2 callers. We're really stoked about that, and very, very cool opportunity. If you want to get your chance to talk to Captain Brian Wolley, get your questions answered, all this great fishing information is going on today, and your shot at winning those great prizes, there's 2 phone numbers that you can reach us at on Let's Talk Hookup. It's been a busy morning this morning, but great opportunity to get through right now. First one number is our local line. That's 858 area code 457 1090. Again, 858-457-1090. That's a local number. Or try us toll-free. That toll-free line, 877-792-1090. One more time on the toll-free line, 877-792-1090. That's your shot right now.
There you go. Hey, check out this week's edition of Western Outdoor News, always loaded with great information. This week, the insert supplement is the one's annual tuna tips, tackle and techniques, talks all about how to target those big bluefin tuna, and even has a special advice on proper care of your fish once it gets on board from Fisherman's Processing, and nobody knows better than them. All of that is in this week's edition of Western Outdoor News. Be sure to check it out. And also, I want to remind you, too, that this Wednesday is the summer membership drive for the CCA California. It's going to be at Bay City Brewing Company on Hancock Street, right near the sports arena in San Diego. You can sip some beers and meet some great people and talk about how you should be a member of CCA or why you should be a member of CCA. Join the gang down there. It's a good group. 6 to 8:30 p.m. Wednesday, June 29th. Tapas and beer at Bay City Brewing there on Hancock Street in San Diego. And go on by. For more information, check ccacal.org for more information on this week's event. It's a summer membership drive right there with the guys from CCA. And like we talked about yesterday, so important these days to be a member of CCA with the extreme environmental groups now going after endangered species listing of bluefin tuna. Absolutely ridiculous. It's a total joke. They have no clue what's going on. But they get people to report this idiotic stuff.
People buy into it.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, well, gee, if I read it, it must be true.
Yeah, that's it.
But it's not. We know for a fact.
Yeah.
You know, the CCA, we just started the chapter in Orange County, just getting rolling with Aaron Jeffries, the president, and some of us here at Dana Wharf. Like, I jumped on the board and took over a director's position with the youth fishing program with the CCA up there. And Dana Wharf's Corey Hall, who's like our office manager, jumped in as the VP of the Orange County chapter. So we're stoked to be part of that and to get that whole ball rolling up in our neck of the woods.
And I know Donna's on the board of directors along with me and several other key people in the fishing industry. And that's great. So how does one get into the Orange County chapter?
Well, online, certainly, go to the website and check that out. They can contact Aaron. I don't have his email here with me, but stop by the Dana Wharf office. There's pamphlets at just about every tackle shop, every retailer, with all that information.
And you're going to be having events just like this.
We're going to be doing the exact same type of stuff, but we're just getting the ball rolling up there in the OC. So
I know San Diego chapter's getting rolling. I know the LA chapter has been doing some great events, and they had a really good event recently. So that's what CCA is all about, is different chapters. So it's localized for your area. Right. We've got groups in LA, we've got groups in San Diego, and now it's great to have a group in Orange County too.
What a perfect spot and people behind it, too. The Orange County will do great. That's awesome. Awesome news.
You bet. All right. He's on the line. Do we dare go there?
A guy that knows a little something about Dana Wharf sport fishing.
Yeah, you think?
I do think so. It's time for our FishDope.com report with the man, Captain Dave Hansen, your saltwater guide. Today, that report sponsored in part by Terrafin Sea Surface Temperature Charts. Focus your offshore fishing in the most productive areas by using Terrafin. Now with Terrafin Mobile, you can take it with you on your iPad, your iPhone, or your Android device. Just download the latest chart before you leave, and all the information is right there for you. Check Terrafin.com for more information. Let's talk to your saltwater guide. It's Dave Hansen. What's up, Dave?
Oh, my gosh. Good morning, you guys. Good morning.
What's happening?
Loud and clear.
Okay, you won't believe this. We are 31 miles, 180 degrees from Dana Point Harbor. We have 20 spots up right now, big giant bluefin, but right now we're throwing a bait on a swordfish. Right as I'm talking to you, my boss is casting a mackerel on a swordfish.
Wow, that's pretty awesome.
No way. How cool,
Is it
Dave?
going to bite? What do you think?
I don't know, but there's not a breath of wind here, guys. We've been chasing this bluefin around since the sun came out, and we could actually see. We were on this stuff all day yesterday, too. It goes from where I'm at right now out to the outside edge of the 43 and then up the ridge towards Clemente. If you guys have been waiting for this tuna to show up, it's time to stop waiting. It's here.
Perfect.
Any bites yet, Dave?
Can you hear me? No, you know what? We haven't blown up on the popper and stuff, but the stuff's just breezing around. It's not doing that foam or stuff like it was doing down below there. So I think it's just getting up here. It's getting settled in. But it's here.
That's
and the water's
awesome.
70 degrees where we're at right now.
Wow, and that's not far from Dana Point.
Look at the swordfish. He's right here. He's right here. I'm sorry. Calm down, Dave. Calm down.
Dave,
Well, that's pretty
awesome.
exciting. Is it a big one?
Yeah, he's a fat one. It would make my boss's life.
That's awesome. So what else is going on?
Well, we started the week out kind of slow. We caught limits of big sand bass right after I talked to you guys Sunday in that hurricane. We stopped on that ace wreck, and over that is right out in front of the pier there at San Clemente. We caught limits of that bigger sand bass on the live squid. And I had to go over to Catalina the rest of the week and just kill a giant white sea bass. Ended up catching 28 of them for the week. Had 3 phenomenal days with 3 different clients on 3 different boats.
We're having trouble getting you on a sat phone, but 28 white sea bass in 3 days on 3 boats. That's pretty good fishing.
He's had some good fishing. I know. I saw
Yeah.
some of his pictures. He had good fishing on the beach, good fishing at the island. Sounds like he's going insane out there right now.
Yeah.
To finish it up with some swordfish and
How about
swordfish
that,
opportunity on the bow and some bluefins breezing around.
Breezing around, man.
Sounds
Sounds
good.
pretty good. That's your saltwater guide,
Yeah.
Dave Hansen. FishDope.com, of course, your source for information from Dave. We can find out whether that swordfish bit or not right at FishDope.com. Just check it out. If you're not a member, if you want to be a member, you should be a member. Hookup Now, lowercase, no space. Hookup Now is the $20 code to get your membership to FishDope.com. And and then, of course, Dave Hansen, the son of the founding father of Southern California sport fishing, Don Hansen.
That's it.
Yeah. Does he hang out at the landing much?
We'll see him every once in a while poking around.
Yeah.
He's so busy doing his deal,
Running
on
around.
his yacht and
yeah.
with his guide service. Yeah, he's a pretty busy guy.
He's a busy guy. Sure. All right. Hey, phones are packing up. One line open. You want to get through? 858-457-1090.
You got it. Let's jump right back into those phones. Talk to Steve. He's calling us from Newport Beach this morning. Hi, Steve. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, what's going on? Rock Cod Ricky and Pete and Wolley.
What's happening?
This is SK from Newport Beach, and my son and I like to call him Longfin Levi because Ricky's his favorite fisherman, and Shane and Wolley are his favorite captains. We go out on the Sun Fun a lot, and actually, what I wanted to do, Pete and guys, is tell all the listeners there's no better place to take your children to go fishing because the crew, the captain, everyone there just takes such good care of your kids, and it's a very, very family-orientated place. And I just wanted to call and give my kudos because the boys are the best.
Cool. Thanks, Steve.
Back you up on that for sure. No doubt.
No
Not
doubt
a better
about
place in the world to go do it.
Yeah, indeed. Hey, Steve, nice to hear from you. We appreciate that.
Yeah, they treat Longfin Levi the best.
Perfect.
Every single one.
We enjoy having you guys out on the boat, and for sure, we've seen Levi progress in his his years. He's getting older. He's starting to figure it out real well. So, don't sell yourself short. And you've helped him out immensely as well. But we enjoy having the kids on the boat for sure.
That's neat. Hey, thanks a lot for the call, Steve. We sure appreciate that. That does free up 877-792-1090. Been a busy morning. There's your chance to get through. There's your chance to get not only 2 3/4-day trips out of Dana Wharf Sport Fishing to go fishing with Brian on the Sum Fun, but also 2 half-day trips to Dana Wharf Sport Fishing. 2 lucky winners today. 858-457-1090 or 877-792-1090. And don't forget, it's coming up this Saturday.
Yeah.
Is the day. 4th of July weekend, and time to celebrate at Mossy Ford on Mission Bay Drive and Pacific Beach. Of course, they have the annual 4th of July Sell-a-thon, which is the absolute best time to buy a Ford car or truck, period. I've done it. Take it from me, you save thousands of dollars when you buy during the Sell-a-thon. So why not come down on next Saturday and not only save thousands of dollars on a Ford car and truck, but have a chance to win a free trip to Katmai Lodge on Alaska Airlines next July.
It's a multi-$1,000 trip that you can win completely for free by coming down and hanging out and probably scoring some other freebies, because we give away so much cool stuff. I mean, all the great sponsors.
Cowboy is just loaded.
Yeah. AFTCO and Rapala and Williamson. There's so much cool goodies that go away during the breaks. We just have a lot of fun. Ryan runs the casting contest where you have a chance to win really cool prizes there. Everything's free. It's a rad morning. Come hang out on 4th of July weekend. And you had a chance to win a trip to Katmai.
Yeah,
crazy.
Absolutely. With a round-trip ticket on Alaska Airlines from San Diego to Anchorage.
Yeah, you're dialed.
Pretty amazing. And you have a chance to win a trip on the Blackjack, courtesy of Dana Landing and Mission Bay. That's that awesome 4-pack out of Dana Landing. Shimano rods and reels, Maui Jim sunglasses, and like you said, the Prize Cowboy is going to be loaded with prizes. So that's this Saturday, July the 2nd, 7 to 9 a.m., live broadcast of Let's Talk Hookup, Mossy Ford on Mission Bay Drive, the newly remodeled Mossy Ford in Pacific Beach there. Don't miss it. We'll see you there next Saturday morning.
All right, hey, we're going to run right back into the phones. They're packed up. Let's talk to Derek. He's calling us from Lake Elsinore this morning. Good morning, Derek. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, good morning, guys.
What's up, Derek?
Good morning.
Hey, my question was, I've been seeing a lot of these pictures you're posting on Facebook of whacking the bluefin with the Tranks reel.
Yeah.
And I was wondering which gear ratio you guys are using, the high speed or the power, which was best for that.
Well, I have the high speed of the two. I think if you were buying that reel only to catch a 100-pound bluefin on a popper, the low gear would be killer. I mean, it would be a great reel for it. It's exactly what they talk about. It's the power gear. There's more power, easier to turn the handle under a heavy load. That being said, if I were to go and buy one right now, like when guys come into the tackle store, even though it's the lesser for the big bluefin, I still would usually try and talk a guy into getting the high gear. You are going to lose some torque on a big one, but it makes so much more sense for all of the fishing that you're going to be doing for the rest of the year. And the Tranks is a big investment. It's not an inexpensive reel. It's as high end as they come. And for yellowtail fishing with surface iron, for casting, your mega baits and things like that, all the other fishing that you're doing in Southern California, the high gear makes the most sense most of the time. So for me, it was worth the slight lesser torque. And you know what? Like I said, we've got one Tranks on our boat that's got, I think it's got 7 bluefin over 100 pounds on one of those things this year.
Wow.
And that's all been the high gear. So I mean, yes, you're dead right. The power gear will offer you more power, and if you have the means of getting one set up just for bluefin fishing, it'll work. And it's not like you can't wind a surface iron with the slower one by any means. It worked just fine. But if you were asking me, my gut, I'd go with the higher, just because it makes more sense for the other fishing that you're going to be doing throughout the year.
What do you think, Brian? You've used that Tranks.
Yeah, they're great reels. I think Rick hit the nail on the head. You don't want to handcuff yourself to just being able to only fish, the bluefin with the reel. You've got across the board, availability. Fish your yellowtail, your calico bass, your rockfish, or whatever. You've got dynamic use with the other one for sure.
Yeah.
That's a cool reel, man. It really is. I will be one of the first to admit, and I'll say it straight up. When I first saw it, I thought, come on, God, like what are we going to use this thing for? This giant bass reel.
And I think Shimano, when they brought that out, and I have never talked to Dave and the guys about this, but I don't think they had any idea how popular that reel would be in saltwater, because the lower gear one was brought out for muskie fishing.
Right.
And for fishing those big muskie in the northern Great Lakes and stuff like that. And I don't think they had any idea what a hit it would be in Southern California.
When I first even held the thing, I'm like, this is awkward and doesn't seem right. And then you put the thing on a rod and it just it melts into your hand. It casts so good.
And anybody can cast it.
Dude, they're awesome.
Yeah.
They are. They really nailed an awesome reel when it comes to that thing. It's got all the power that any of your high-end reels, it's like having a Trinidad that fits in your hands better and has that centrifugal brake, and the line is laid out perfect, so it casts. It's awesome, man. They nailed it. That is a really cool reel.
No doubt about it. Hey, so check that out. Thanks a lot for the phone call this morning.
All right, how about we jump back into them? This time talk to John. He's calling us from Long Beach this morning. Hi, John. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning, gentlemen. I wanted to ask the captain there, what are the three-quarter-day boat schedules there? Do you have one or two boats going a day?
Well, we got a whole bunch of boats. The three-quarter-day boat departs at 6 a.m. It runs until it's due back of the dock. It's supposed to be in at 3, but we usually stretch it out 4 o'clock. It just depends on where we're fishing and what we're fishing. And then, that's pretty much it for the three-quarter day. We have our all-day boat leaves at 5 a.m., and then it's just a smattering of half-day boats throughout the day as well.
So if there's fishing a little bit further away, you'll stretch that.
Oh, totally. A lot of times, the boat has a commitment in the evening. Maybe it's a twilight charter or something like that on the books where we have to be back. But on days where we don't have to be back, it's not a bus, right? It's not due back at a specific time. So
the half-day schedule, they run at 6 and 1 or 6 and 12:30?
Yeah, 6:30, and then again at noon, and then we also have one of the kind of gentleman's hours leaves at 10 a.m.
Sweet, all three, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Like a 10 to 3, 10 to 4, something like that?
10 to 3. Yep, usually the boat that runs at 10 to 3 has a twilight commitment that same night, but, they have a couple hours between trips, so if they need to stretch it, because they're catching fish or whatnot, they'll stretch it out for sure.
What time is twilight?
Twilight departs at 5:30. 5:30 to 9:30, and it may seem like a shorter trip, but we don't have to travel far to start fishing, so there's no hour travel to start. We're out of the gates and running within.
And with
20
the
minutes.
long days right now, light till 8:30.
Exactly.
Sweet. Very good. Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning. Razor's on the line. Captain Mark Gillette calling us from the Eclipse. Good morning, Razor.
Hey, good morning, everybody. How you doing?
What's happening, Mark?
Great, Mark.
Well, sure sounds like our offshore scene's starting to heat up here, obviously, with that bluefin moving up. As you guys heard Dave talk about, there's still no shortage of bluefin out there. Eventually, it's going to, get this small feed that it's on. It's going to diminish that supply. And once that supply of bait fish starts diminishing, it's going to go on the bite. So we're hanging around for that. In the meantime, we've got really good grade yellowtail that have shown up offshore in a smattering of yellowfin tuna. So we're excited that something's going to happen here real shortly, and who knows what else will happen in the coming weeks here of July.
Yeah, I mean that grade of yellow on the kelps is quite abundant and quite decent grade, right?
Yeah, there's good grade yellowtail on the kelps, I can't speak for other boats, but I know our boats and a couple other boats are going to release the small ones. So, you can go out and have fun, releasing the small ones while you're, picking through the bigger fish. They're all mixed grade on there. And, some guys are, you'll see fish counts where guys are only turning in 25 or 30 yellowtail. Those guys are concentrating on trying to catch the bluefin for their groups. But it's been pretty good yellowtail fishing offshore. So, our next trip that we have, I believe, on the Eclipse, I want to say that we've got one this week on Tuesday night, United Composite sponsored 2-day trip. That's pretty light, so it needs a few more people to go. And we have a 2.5-day trip Friday night for the 4th of July weekend, get you back in the morning of the 4th with a bunch of fish ready for the barbecue on the Independence Day.
Wow, that sounds like a great time. Well, if somebody wants to book a trip on the Eclipse or the Commander, how do we do that?
Yeah, they can just go to our websites, eclipsesportfishing.com or commandersportfishing.com, and they'll get you all booked up there, or see what we have on Seaforth Landing.
You bet. And you can blink that right through the Let's Talk Hookup webpage, too, on the boats section of our links page, and Eclipse or Commander. Great job, Mark. Look forward to I just have this premonition that, Bill Poole always said it, set the fireworks off, you go catch the fish, right? Well, it's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
It's only a matter of time now.
Oh, yeah. And next
really
weekend is 4th of July when we set the fireworks off. let's go.
Good stretch of weather coming this week.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it. Like you say, the fish obviously made a move, and they're really filtered into kind of all the zones now because there's still that fish down below, and it just everything sure sounds like it's going the right way. I'm totally in agreement with you, man. I can't wait.
Thanks,
yeah,
Mark.
we're looking forward to it. Guys, have a great rest of your Sunday. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, Razor.
Hey, Mark.
We appreciate you.
Hey, when we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. More of your phone calls, more catch reports, more great information. You stay tuned. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.
Inland Boat Center is the destination for your next boat. They've been around 35 years, so they're here to stay with something for everyone. Inland Boat Center has a giant inventory of all types of boats, including the perfect saltwater fishing boats made by Arima and Defiance. Inland Boat Center has a huge 2.5-acre indoor showroom with over 300 new and pre-owned boats, making them the largest boat store on the West Coast. Family-owned and operated, they are proud of their customer service. They take trades of all types. Come check out their inventory of Defiance boats from 20 to 29 feet, or the fantastic selection of the amazing Arima boats from 17 to 21 feet. Inland Boat Center has a full service department, fiberglass repair and upholstery department. Everything you need is under one roof at Inland Boat Center, 681 East San Jacinto in Paris. Check the website for the current inventory and more at inlandboatcenter.com.
Hey, you know, the fish are always biting at one of our favorite locations, at Point Loma Seafoods, right next to the San Diego Landing in Point Loma. You know, I talked to John Christensen, owner, proprietor at Point Loma Seafoods the other day. They got a beautiful, small harpoon swordfish in. Now, I don't know any left or not, but this is harpoon, and there's swordfish around, as you heard from Dave. If you've never tried harpoon swordfish versus, like,
Gillnet.
longline or gillnet swordfish, it's a night and day difference.
Not that the other the non-harpoon fish is bad. It's fantastic, but harpoon fish is just it's the best there is.
Yeah.
That is like my favorite thing that comes out of the ocean.
It's more expensive, and there's a reason for it.
Exactly.
Because it's better. But that's just one of the examples of the many fresh fish that they have at Point Loma Seafoods. You want for lunch or dinner, take it home, or just go dine in. What's your favorite this week, Rick?
I'll tell you, if you're down there on a weekend, they've been doing a weekend special. It's not every time, but check while you're down there. They make fresh poke on the weekends. It is just to die for. It's so good. You get half pint of that and a thing of their homemade tortilla chips. That's me. That's what I'll be doing today.
Go check it out. Point Loma Seafoods, right next to the San Diego Landings in Point Loma.
When it comes to fishing rods for saltwater, there's just one name you need to know, CalStar. Take, for example, the Graphiter series. It's a true graphite and fiberglass composite rod, the finest it's ever been built. And for anglers seeking traditional performance, durability, and quality at an affordable price, the CalStar West Coast series of rods and blanks are the ones for you. Their master craftsmen bring decades of rod building experience to every rod they make. So if you want your fishing rods to be truly state-of-the-art, I always recommend CalStar at fine tackle stores everywhere.
This is Captain Tim Ekstrom from the long-range vessel Royal Star. With my partners Randy Toussaint and Brian Sims, we have set the bar for the long-range fishing experience. A spring 8-day, summer 5-day, or a fly-down, fly-back 11-day winter trip, we deliver the highest quality long-range voyage you will find. From our premium RSW fish storage to our top-of-the-line chefs and crew, Royal Star distinguishes itself from all others. Want to grab a spot on the Royal Star? Check us out at RoyalStarSportFishing.com or call Tracy at 619-224-4764.
It's time to get excited about fishing, and Point Loma Sport Fishing has everything you'll need. They offer half-day and three-quarter-day trips daily, perfect for families and the novice or seasoned fishermen. Point Loma Sport Fishing also offers overnight to multi-day trips, targeting the best of seasonal catches. Visit their website at PointLomaSportFishing.com, where you can purchase tickets online and get more information on the trips available, or call 619-223-1627.
This is Greg Stotesbury from AFCO. For more than 55 years, the American Fishing Tackle Company has been recognized as the premier manufacturer of precision-built offshore fishing tackle. AFCO continues this tradition today with an innovative technical fishing clothing line designed and built for ultimate performance on the water. From our next-generation fishing shorts like the Tactical Camo or Stealth Shorts to our AF-Block sun protection shirts like the Fish Ninja and Samurai Sun Hoodie, the entire AFCO clothing lineup is purpose-built with the latest AFTech fabrics and designed with functional features to deliver top performance for the demanding angler. Visit www.afco.com to find a dealer near you.
XEPRS 1090 AM, Rosarito, Baja California.
You're listening to the home of the Padres.
Oh, rush!
San Diego's sports leader, the mighty 1090.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090.
All right, phones are packed out. You still have a chance to get through it. 792-1090. Be nice to Adam when you call because he's covering both sides here
Double
today,
duty.
both the board as well as the phones, and nobody does it better than Adam.
We're very lucky to have him, for sure.
Yep.
Hey, let's jump back into the phones. They are packed up. If you want to get through, there is still a shot. 858-457-1090. That's the local number. Again, 858-457-1090. Or call us toll-free. Toll-free number 877-792-1090. Let's jump back into the phones and talk to Mike, who's called us from San Carlos this morning. Good morning, Mike. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Oh, hey, guys. This is your expert novice.
Okay. All right.
I know. My question is, like on the 3/4 or 1 day boat or even day and a half, because you got all these different mixes, yellowfin and yellowtail and maybe that big submarine, bluefin. Like, what should you bring and how should you rig it?
What do you think, Brian? What are you bringing?
Tough call right now. I mean, certainly, your medium grade, excuse me, tackle. It's always good to have a 40-pound rod with you, and then your bass gear for sure. And then on that bigger bluefin, who knows? You guys are catching that fish on the long rod with the heavy braid, the 80 to 100-pound braid, and their heavy, fluorocarbon leader. And it's tough to say, but for us, what we're targeting, we're telling guys, you want to bring your 12 to 15-pound stick for fishing bass, and then a good 40-pound rod for fishing the bigger fish if that stuff's roaming around and we have a shot at it.
And then just a monster rod for the in case you get a big one?
Yeah, I mean, we haven't really been focusing on that stuff, so, our anglers aren't really bringing that tackle yet. But, we cater to a different clientele up in Dana Point than, some of the guys fishing that stuff day in and day out down here. So,
So we're talking like fluorocarbon on top of, like a top shot on top of Spectra?
I mean, Rick, what are most of the guys down here fishing?
I think you nailed it. And I think what you said, too, a good 40-pound outfit will take 99% of what swims in Southern California. I mean, a good 2-speed 40-pound outfit will be great for anything from a yellowtail to a 120-pound bluefin. No question. But, yeah, as far as your line setup, if you're fishing primarily on a sport boat, I would say it's Power Pro with a nice lengthy piece of mono on top of that, 100 feet to 100 yards kind of thing, just to allow for that stretch, especially with those big fish that we're catching. A little stretch is definitely a good thing. It's a great thing when it comes to fighting a fish. And then, a little piece of Seaguar fluorocarbon at the end of it. Again, is one of those things that when you're fishing a popper, you're not using your Seaguar fluoro because it's less visible. You're using it because it's got really good abrasion resistance.
Do you think like a Trinidad 30 would be okay to try for the bigger one?
I think it'd be a fantastic reel for it. Yeah, I mean, the whole thing with this artificial fishing that's been happening right now is you need to weigh the balance between having a reel that's capable of casting well and also taking a big fish. And I don't know that there's a better balance than any of them between that particular. A Trinidad 30 is perfect. Good torque, good drags, good power, but lightweight, killer, one of the best casting reels maybe ever made. I mean, that'd be a great reel for it.
Awesome stuff. You have a lot of Shimano rental gear at Dana Wharf Sports.
We do, yeah. We have some of that in the mix for sure, and most of our stuff is spinning gear. Certainly not what you'd want to even think about throwing it at some of that bigger stuff.
Wait a minute. Some of the spinning gear is right for you. You got to have the
rental,
kind, right? Yeah, the rental gear, yeah.
Right. So,
I know it's a big debate. Now I walk into Fisherman's Landing Tackle, and everybody goes, "Oh, so you're like the
spinning rod guy."
Spinning rod guy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thanks.
Coffee grinder gray. Right on.
Yeah.
Come on in.
I don't think so. Not in certain situations.
Hey, man,
it works.
No doubt about it.
If you have the right spinning gear.
And there's been some giants taken on spinning gear this year.
Yeah.
Giants.
As long as you have a Stella or the Twin Power.
And it all goes back to you got to plan ahead. You can't just grab the tackle box and grab the rods out of the corner of the garage and dip out and hop on a boat. I mean, if you're targeting that stuff, you have to put a little forethought into it. You have to go to the tackle shop. You have to talk to the guys on the boat or whatever. You have to put the whole program together. You're just not setting yourself up.
And that's
right.
the fun in it too. Like what's going on right now with this big fish? It's like mini long range fishing. I mean, that's the guys that do those long range trips. We see it all the time. The guys that get the most satisfaction out of going, because long range fishing is kind of like what's going on right now. It's trophy hunting. It's not going and getting 30 bites a day. It's getting one bite a day and catching a giant fish. And the guys that are really in and get all the enjoyment out of that type of fishing, they have to enjoy the process as much as they enjoy taking the picture of the fish on the deck. And that's exactly what's happening right now. You get your gear in order and you get your stuff together, and you, like you say, you go to the shops and you get all your info, and then when all the stars align, you get lucky enough to get a bite, you're prepared for it, and then when it happens, it means so much more than it did for just something else. So you got to enjoy the process. That's what big fishing's all about.
Yep, got to be prepared, no doubt about it. Hey, if you want to be prepared to get through right now, 877-792-1090.
All right, let's jump back into the phones. Talk to Rob. He's calling us from Mission Bay this morning. Hi, Rob. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hi, you guys. Good morning.
What's up, Rob?
Yeah, my question is, how come they don't prorate the fishing licenses? If you get a late start in the season, the fishing license costs you the same amount of money as if you got it on the first day, as opposed to if you got it one day from when it expired. It'd be kind of cool and fair, I do believe, that if they could prorate those licenses day over day or month per month, and get it down to where it's fair, or if you only use it for a month, maybe get it down to where you pay for a month's worth.
Doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah.
It's California Department of Fish and whatever they are, wildlife, I think.
Yeah.
And why can Mexico have an annual license good for a year the day you purchase it, but somebody that has a sophisticated computer operation, like it's all online now, like California Department of Fish and Wildlife, can't do it. It doesn't make any sense.
There definitely isn't an excuse anymore. The old system that had the paper booklets, well, you can make the argument the booklets are dated, and how do you, their system is by the year. Well, now it's electronic, and we all thought in the store retail wise, we all thought it was going to happen this year. There's been rumors about it, and I've been working at the tackle store since I was in high school tying albacore feathers, and every year the license increases by a few bucks every year. It's just how it is. It's never even a few bucks. Usually, 50 cents or $1, it goes up every single year. This was the first year ever where the license stayed the exact same price, and we all assumed that was because they were going to make the call to prorate it this year, because there's been rumors of it happening, but then, that being said, here we are, better than halfway through the year, and still nothing has happened.
Yeah. So I have a theory that it's basically a money grab for the state of California to give back to Jerry Brown so he can give it to the environmental groups to help shut down fishing.
Well,
Doesn't that make a lot of sense?
I would sure love to disagree with you, but I'm not.
It's a crazy scenario, but
Who knows?
Who knows in this state sometimes?
I hear you. It sounds like Jerry's making a few extra bucks on it.
Yeah, I think you're right. Hey, we're working on it. We're trying. I know that's one of the things that CCA California is working diligently on, among other things, that just making fishing better for anglers.
Hey, we say that
if you guys get a late start in the season, you think they could do a prorate on that. And I was wondering also, do they give you a little bit more of a discount on your license if you go buy it at Walmart as opposed to a fish and tackle shop?
I think it's the same price across the board.
You got it.
Because it's all electronic.
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't make any difference.
Yep, same thing all the way around.
There you go. Thanks a lot for the call. Good point.
Yeah.
It's a wacky state we live in.
Weird stuff.
Yeah. It's crazy.
But, I wouldn't want to live anywhere else because we have great fishing, great weather, and
we got calico bass every day.
Yeah.
We got every calico bass every day on the Sun Fund. You're not going to find that somewhere else.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you the one thing, we always say the same thing. The best way to get around worrying about the proration, buy that thing in January and fish all year long. You're not going to worry about it.
Yep. Great idea.
You're waiting until June, you miss 6 months of rad fishing.
Yeah.
We live in Southern California. There's always cool stuff to go catch.
You bet.
Hey, let's jump back into them. They are packed up. Mike in San Diego, you're up next on Let's Talk Hookup. What up, Mike?
Hey, how you guys doing this morning?
Great. Good morning.
I just had a question about the Lexa 400. How does that stack up against the Tranks, and what rod will I match that with to go out and bust one of these tuna? I was out on the boat last week, and I seen 3 reels break down. So.
Lexa 400 is certainly a great reel for sure. It's a very nice one that Daiwa makes. I would say it's not the fairest of comparison to stack it up against a Tranks. A Tranks is, it's not because that's the reel that I fish. The Tranks is a lot more robust reel. I think what I would say in the shop, the best comparison between the two is a Lexa 400 is a larger version of a bass reel, and a Tranks is a Trinidad that's in a bass reel shape. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't mean that the Lexa is not a great reel. It is. It's a fantastic reel. But if you're using it to catch one of these big bluefin, the difference is staggering.
Yeah.
If you're using it to just fish bigger baits for calico bass, well, then the difference comes down quite a bit more. So
and what's the comparison in price?
They're similar in price. The Lexa is definitely lesser expensive by maybe It's lesser expensive for sure. You know, I don't know exactly. I want to say it's about $100 less, or maybe even a little bit more than that. But they're two different duties of reels. You know, the Lexa is a great reel. If you had one, you'd be stoked on it. But
if you want to target big game fish,
yeah,
yellowtail, bluefin, tuna, whatever, the Tranx is a better reel.
Yeah, Lexa makes an HD version, which is nice for it. You know, the first one that came out was truly that. It was just a bigger version of a bass reel, and we saw some failures on big fish. They came out last year with a heavier duty version that's got bigger parts, like all the failure parts. They increased in size and they're more robust, and that reel works better. But if you're talking about big fish fishing compared to a Tranx, there is no comparison. But, you know, Tranx is more expensive, and if you're trying to target big fish, the Tranx is a much better one for it.
There you go. Thanks a lot for the phone call this morning.
All right. How about next up we talk to Bob from Santee's on the line. What's up, Bob? Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. I have both a Lexa 400 and a Tranx 500 HG, and I love them both, but I do use them for different purposes. The Tranx makes just an awesome surface iron / poppers / whatever, and I use my Lexa 400 for throwing the wax wings.
Good call. Very nice. Yeah, perfect call.
Yeah, totally. My question is, I'm going out on an overnight trip, and as far as just bringing a handful of lures, I mean, I've bought a few poppers. Who hasn't with all of the fishing that's been going on lately? But I mean, do you even bring your trolling feathers? Do you even bring any of your like Rapala X-Rafts or anything else, or do you just bring Colt snipers, flat falls and poppers as your lure selection, and then the rest is all your terminal gear?
What do you think, Willie?
Gosh, I think I haven't really heard of anything on the troll as of yet across the board. You know, I would come prepared for that surface action. You know, bring your jigs, maybe a few yo-yo jigs, a couple surface irons, and the Colt snipers. I mean, those things were deadly last year, as were the flat fall jigs. So that would be in my bag. You know, I just have a smattering of that stuff and the right size hooks and sinkers and call it good. Not yet. I would probably wait on the trolling stuff.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, but you know, that being said, with this yellowfin starting to filter in, that's when that stuff will come into fruition a lot more. So, you know, keep standing by, and you know, yeah, I've heard of a couple of jig strikes on cedar plugs and things like that. But I'm with you that it's all been. And Willie, you can attest to this a whole lot more. That's just the way that we fish a lot more offshore. I mean, you know, 10 years ago, the boat got stopped because of the trolling lures.
Right.
And so much more now is gyros and, way more importantly, sonars. You know, you're seeing that fish before it bites, and you're setting the boat up to intercept it with, you know, all 35 passengers instead of the 4 that are trolling across the back.
Exactly. Yeah, you know, you may stop the boat, and we did stop the boat plenty last year with the jigs and whatnot. But, yeah, you hit it, again, perfectly. It's a lot of eyeball fish and a lot of machine fish for sure to get in the boat stop. So,
but not to say that stuff could get on the lure here real quick.
Yeah. Bonus
bites
or bonus for sure.
Perfect point with that yellowfin, too. Who knows? Any day that stuff, you don't want to get caught off guard and not have it, but I haven't heard and really seen it yet, so.
All right, Bob. Thanks a lot for the phone call this morning.
All right. Next up, let's talk to Doug, calling us from Montebello. Doug, thanks for hanging in there with us this morning.
Yeah, I was wondering, how far are your fishing grounds? Are they that far from the harbor, or are you there in about 30 minutes?
No, that's close. I mean, Dana Point proper, the break wall ends at Dana Point, right? So you come around the corner of the break wall, you head up the coast. There's plenty of fishable area, literally 5 minutes from the harbor. So it just depends, condition-wise. You know, sometimes we'll make a run down the beach because the stuff up the coast is washed out or it's not biting. But, you know, in a perfect scenario, we're fishing 10 minutes out of the harbor, easy. So it just varies from day to day.
I would say, and Pete, you know better than I don't think that there is a sport fishing landing that consistently fishes with lesser travel times than Dana. I mean, you're right there. I mean,
it's close.
It is close.
I mean,
it's close.
Yeah, I mean, really, you think about it, just from leaving the harbor to where the fishing grounds are. It's
right. I mean, you head to the closest bank there, the 267. I mean, 10 miles, right? I mean, it's not far. So you're out in that zone quick, and even along the beach, there's just miles and miles of good kelp, good hard bottom.
Yeah,
it's just right there.
The only place I've been out that would beat it would be like going out fishing in Hawaii, where you're drive out of the harbor and you put the lures in the water as soon as you leave the harbor, but. Of course, you don't catch anything, but, you know, you're fishing it.
Well, if you fish 4 or 5 days, you might catch something.
You might catch something, yeah, maybe. Maybe. All right, very good. Thanks a lot for the phone call this morning.
Jerry in Garden Grove, you're up next on Let's Talk Hookup. Hi, Jerry.
Hey, good morning, Brian, Rick, and Pete. I had a question for you. I know you guys support Friends of Rollo, down there at Del Mar, and last year I won a 3/4 day and went on the boat, and you fish numbers. And they always say when you're drifting, fish with the wind in your face. And we were like 61 people on the Clemente. How do you, when you're on the opposite side of the patty, how do you fish with the wind in your face when you can't shuffle around with 61 people?
That's a tough deal. We took a lot of that in consideration with a lot of our offshore trips last year, and we try to limit the load for sure, to kind of help alleviate the overcrowding nature of the boat. But the captain of the boat's going to take where he thinks your best opportunity is, and if that particular day with a full boat, that was your best shot at catching something, then that's a tough nut to crack. And certainly no angler, it's not your fault that you had to fish the offside. It's just what happens when there's a lot of people on the boat. And we always tell people, go fishing when you can go, but sometimes if you can come down to the boat before you plan on going on a trip. Hey, what days are you seeing less people? What days would it be less crowded? If the only day you can fish is a Saturday or on a weekend or something, you're going to have a lot more people than you would have if, you roll down on a Wednesday or something like that. So
call the office, right?
Call the office, come to the boat. But, no, I get it. It's hard. You can't. There's always an offside when you're fishing with a boat full of people.
Now, you still do the Tuesday special?
It's still 2 for $1 on Tuesday. So, yeah,
Tuesday will be more crowded than Wednesday.
It's hard. And we tried to factor in on Tuesday when we'd have an all-day boat, right, that's targeting offshore stuff, limited load. That's not going to be half price, right? It's going to be full pop for that. And then some of the other guys that are there just to open party fish on a 3/4 day trip, it wasn't targeting the tuna. It was coastal fishing. So you kind of eliminate that whole offshore factor from that trip, and you eliminate exactly what you're talking about, having people on the offside and just making it way more difficult than it needs to be.
How long have you been at Dana Wharf Sportfishing?
I've been there for almost 19 years.
19 years. I mean, you can't be. It must be all your life practically.
It seems like it sometimes.
Yeah,
but,
man. You started when you were a mere pup.
Yeah, well, a little bit. I was not too young. I grew up fishing out there, but just career change later, and I decided that's what I wanted to do. So
good for you, and working for the Hansons and being right there in your home territory.
Working on a boat and being able to go home at night. You can ask anybody on any boat, and they're like, dude, that's the way to go.
That's a sweet program.
A win-win. Yeah,
especially being as close as you are, you can get home at a reasonable hour.
10 minutes from work. So.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning. I want to remind you, coming up this Saturday, it's the big event, Saturday, July 2nd at Mossy Ford in Mission Bay Drive in Pacific Beach. Like I said, they have the 4th of July sell-a-thon going on where you have an opportunity to buy a new Ford car or truck. But most of all, you have a chance to come down to our live broadcast, 7 to 9 a.m., on Saturday, July the 4th at Mossy Ford, and win some great prizes and have a chance to win that incredible trip to Katmai Lodge with us in 2017 in Bristol Bay, Alaska on Alaska Airlines. You get a round-trip ticket from San Diego to Anchorage on Alaska Airlines, and it's just, the only extra you really got to cover on that trip would be your one night in Anchorage and then your flight from Anchorage to the lodge, which is not that expensive, and your tips, of course, and such like that. But everything else is pretty, and you won't, it'll blow your mind what an incredible opportunity that is. So come on down this Saturday, that's this coming Saturday, 4th of July weekend, Saturday, July 2nd, to Mossy Ford in Pacific Beach, and join us for our second of 4 live San Diego County Ford broadcasts.
All right, hey, when we come back, we're going to find out what lucky guys are going half-day and 3/4 day fishing, giving away a pair of passes for each when we return. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.
Get it all at Dana Landing in Mission Bay. It's truly the one-stop shop for a great day on the water. Looking for a fishing charter? Dana Landing had you covered with several boats, including the new Blackjack, perfect for 2 to 4 anglers, and the Impulse that will carry up to 6 anglers in comfort and style. Dana Landing has a huge tackle shop with everything you need to go fish bay bass, tuna, or marlin, plus expert anglers on staff to help. They even have Mexican and California fishing licenses and reel repair. The deli at Dana Landing is a local's favorite with all the food, ice, and beverages you need. When it comes to freshwater tackle, East County Bait and Tackle is the spot for a great day on the lake. The ultimate in rods and reels, the latest freshwater lures and live bait. ECBT has a staff second to none when it comes to sharing their passion for fishing. ECBT is at the end of the 67 freeway on Mapleview in Lakeside, and Dana Landing is right across from SeaWorld next to the Dana Launch Ramp in Mission Bay. Check DanaLanding.com for more details.
If the fish are biting, I'm on my boat, rain or shine. Of course, I wear my life jacket. It's like wearing a seatbelt. Clip it on, grab my tackle box, and hit the water.
Love California, Boat California, Save California. A message from California State Parks Division of Boating and Waterways.
With Win fishing rod grips, feeling is believing. Win's superior polymer grip technology puts control and comfort literally in the angler's hand. Experience Win's tacky sure grip security in wet, dry, cold, or hot conditions. Win makes grips for all types of fishing rods. Whether building a new rod or overwrapping your current cork or EVA, you will feel the Win grip difference. Check WinGripsFishing.com to learn more or find a dealer. Win fishing rod grips. Feeling is believing.
If you've heard the advice Scott Sherman from Fifth Avenue Insurance has given anglers over the past couple of years, you know there is much more to your boat insurance than just a low rate. Well, Fifth Avenue Insurance can not only find you the lowest rates on your boat insurance, they also make sure the coverage you get meets all your needs. What if you had an accident with the boat and found out you didn't have proper coverage? Well, that just won't happen when you insure with Fifth Avenue Insurance. Call them for advice on your current boat policy or any of your insurance needs. Fifth Avenue Insurance, 619-640-3130, or check the number 5 THAVEINS.com.
Back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. You're the winner of the pair of half-day passes going fishing at a Dana Wharf Sport Fishing is going to Sean in Temecula. 3/4-day trips. Again, Dana Wharf Sport Fishing. That's going to Steve in Newport Beach. Guys, congratulations. You're going to love fishing with Wolley and all the great guys at Dana Wharf.
Yeah, man, you guys do it so well. The Hansons from the big guy, Don Hanson, Mike and Donna and the whole crew there at Dana Wharf Sport Fishing, and you guys there, Pika and the rest.
All the guys.
A great
doubt.
bunch, yeah. Dosberg, man, what a guy he is.
Totally.
Yeah, it's
That's
just a
cool.
super group.
No doubt. Good family group, and we're stoked, and we enjoy what we do. You know, we have fun every day, so that's real important.
Yeah, for sure. Well, if somebody wants to go fishing with you, you run the Some Fun, the 3/4-day trip?
Yep. 3/4-day, half days. We run the whole gamut, offshore, 5 to 5, just depending on what's going on. But the best way to call us at the landing office there, 949-496-5794. Of course, you can check us out at danawharf.com and just, call, make your reservations. Stuff fills up relatively quick.
And save big bucks on the front page of our website. Click on that Dana Wharf banner.
We tell people all the time, take advantage of that Let's Talk Hookup discount. It's there if you have a group of 10 people coming.
Yeah, we'll go by yourself.
Yeah, or whatever. Yeah, use a discount. Save a few bucks.
And that you can use that every time you go if you want.
Yep. There's certain trips that it might not work, but it's on a local trip, half local, half day, 3/4 day.
There you go. All right. Thanks, guys. Thank you very much, and we'll talk to you next Sunday.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, and we'll see you next Saturday at Mossy Ford in Pacific Beach. We're going to have a great guy, Ty and Todd, who are calico bass experts, and they fish on the circuit, are going to be with us talking calico bass, and we'll have, of course, the chance for you to win that trip to Katmai Lodge on Alaska Airlines and the trip on the Blackjack and more. That's next Saturday at Mossy Ford in Pacific Beach. Then next Sunday, Captain John Conniff from the Islander will be with us. So we'll see you at Mossy Ford in Pacific Beach next Saturday and right back here in the Mighty 1090 studio next Sunday. Stay tuned. Padre Baseball is next right here on the Mighty 1090.